So at this point, I'm just gonna keep my phone on the charger because this should have been done a long time ago, and they keep dying. Like, I got it up to like 30-something%, and I took it off, and it still ended up dying. Like, their batteries suck. This ain't an anti-Apple post or whatever, but y'all need to get it together, man. But anyway, yeah, that's why y'all facing how y'all facing, because for one, I can't hold my phone with my regular charger. Anyways, I gotta lay my phone down. So I'm just finna talk to y'all like this. So yeah, I'm at the party, and I get there, and the dude's like, "Oh yeah, don't worry about anything. Yeah, we got weed. You know, you want to smoke? We got some drink. You want to drink? No, we good." And I'm just like, "Oh, I'm good. I don't got no money." Thinking I gotta pay for it, trying to get out of there. He's like, nah, you good. We got you. I'm like, all right, cool. So we get there, and I'm trying to play it cool, be professional, cause like this the start. I'm thinking like this finna be the start of my life. Gotta play it cool. I'm here to perform, handle business and leave. I get up under my tent, and there's like 10, 11 people in there. Mostly people that I know, perform with. Some of the people that the other people was like friends of the people I knew. So I'm like, all right, I ain't just completely comfortable, but I'm not just like I'm in here with complete strangers, even though I was. But they strangers that I seen before. So they started sitting around the tent. They had seats around it, and they started putting them in rotation, man. Now you know how I get when you in a session in rotation, man. You a stoner too, at the time at least. And I was just like, man, maybe I'm just being uptight. Your tolerance is high. A little tap ain't gonna hurt just to give me a little buzz. Man, the enemy know how to sweet talk you in your ear, boy, because I promise you, like, the fact that I thought just because I said, it's a little tap ain't gonna hurt, it's different when you lie to God, man. Like, I lied to God. I promised him that I wasn't gonna smoke again. A real promise, like, for saving my soul and not letting me die. After pleading with him on that table, man, when it was sinking through the floor, and I went back, and he was like, okay, I'm going to show you not to play with me. And that's when everything changed. That's when it's like the light started dimming really fast or whatever. Like, I don't know what it's called, like the day, I don't know, it's like a realm was opened. And everything that I thought it was, like, it unraveled. So, remember I told you before how I used to hear stuff differently. And, well, not even differently, but hear things, like, extra loud when you come to God and you see things different. So, it started out, I'm sitting here high. I know I lied to God because the conviction came to my mind, but I still did it anyway. Started with this girl that was in there. She was a friend of somebody that I knew that was performing. Everybody left. It was just me and her in there. And me, I'm trying to mind my business. Focus on the music and the show, whatever, because I don't know what I'm going on. And she started talking to me, trying to make small talk and all that. I ain't really trying to hear it, but I'm talking back, just to be casual. Because I was thinking in my head, should I talk to her? Because so we don't just be sitting here bored. Well, I'm not bored just because she looked bored. But I don't mind my business. I ain't care what she had going on. She started talking to me. And mind you, I'm high because, like I said, I lied. I feel like that was probably the highest I ever been. Equivalent to like when you get high for the first time. It was on some type of time like that. So she started boosting my head up. She was like, you think you hard, like what you gonna do? You get up there, blah blah blah, and all that. And then like me, being whatever I thought I was, man. I was like, man, they cool, they can rap, but I don't think they messing with me. I'm just up here like, man. Like looking back at it, that's what I'm thinking. And like the girl, she was nice, nicely figured, I say. And she was telling me how she had who she was supporting, who she here, and I was like, okay, that's cool. And then she was like how she got a man, but he at home, her baby daddy, and all the other stuff. But she sitting here flirting with me, and I'm just like, man, go on with all that, trying to play it cool. So fast forward, this girl that comes back in the room is also for the same person. They all know each other, and it's another female. It's a gay female, and I'm sitting here trying to watch the show, and again, mind my business. She come in there, and it's like this other guy with her. They nudging me, talking, hey man, look at that. Like time I look at her butt or whatever, and like, man, what you do with that? Don't you wanna see that or whatever? Like whatever, like this, that, and the third. I'm just like, man, y'all tripping, cause when you come say as a man, you say you're not blind. So like, and then about us being men, we naturally, we physical, people. Women are emotional. So like, things you can see and stuff that play like weakness to our ears, to our face. I'm just like, man, I held strong. And I'm just like, I think I nodded or played it off or something like that. They were trying to get me to look at her, idolize her, and commit adultery in the heart with the eyes, looking at her in a sexual way or whatnot. So by this time, the night is going like super fast. It's probably about 9:30, and the highlight. None of this is a highlight, but the thing that stood out, man, it was this light, this very, very bright light. It was a red light, man. It felt like it's like if I looked at it or stared at it too long, it became an entryway for evil. So like I felt this light before when I remember earlier in the one of them videos when my phone died. But I was describing the S on one of my friend's head while I was driving. Man, one time we was driving and I had like the most evil and demonic thought. Like, what if all of a sudden, just a car a random car come by and they started shooting, but I don't get hit. It's just him. I'm just like, bro, that's not right. That's your homie. That's your, like, I'm sitting here like, why are you thinking that? And then on top of that, when I was when we left, he was like, man, I can't wait till our homeboy, Steve, Carl, and Nick. I can't believe they ain't their real names, but just for the story's sake. I can't wait till we all get up here, man. We're gonna smoke, we're gonna do this. It's gonna be just like in the grain, but it's gonna be on the, it's bigger, you know what I mean? Yeah. We're gonna be doing all this and that. And I'm thinking like, yeah, too bad you ain't gonna be here to see it. Cause I think at the time what was happening was like, we thought that he was leeching or whatever. Cause like we was all trying to do stuff, and it was like he would hop it seemed like he would hop from one thing to another just so he wouldn't be alone, and wasn't really like doing nothing. It was like just being a silent partner or whatever. It seemed like more of a greed thing. That's just what it looked like. But we all talked about it afterward, and he said he wasn't nothing like that. So, like I said, regardless though, whatever happened, none of us are like just not cool. Like that never happened. Like over something stupid like that. But I had this thought, like another thought. We was in the car, and I described that red light. I recognized it before, Because the first time I recognized it was like when he was saying all that, and I said too much, you're not gonna too bad, you're not gonna be able to see it. I've had the spirit of murder on my soul before, because it was a Polo G song that we would listen to, we would vibe to it, and it was a part where it said red beans on his head, now it's time leaving, and I was vibing to it too hard. It was definitely my spirit. My spirit was vibing with it, and I felt it like frying in my forehead. Now, we are also at a red light. The red light skipped us for so long, like the whole time during that thing, we got skipped, bro. We was in line for like 2 or 3 minutes. That's a long time for a light. That's a long time change for a light, man. And we got skipped like 2 or 3 times. I know I said it before, but you gotta understand, we really got skipped. And while I'm vibing to the song, this evil just pouring into the middle of my forehead. And it just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. I said, hold up, wait a minute. I sat there and thought about what I was doing. I'm like, I had to snap out of it. And I was just like, man, no, I'm a child of God. I just kept on saying, I'm a child of God, I'm a child of God, I'm a child of God. And that's when I woke up. I looked up and opened my eyes, and the light had turned green, man. I said, oh my God. That's when I got the shivers of the Lord. It's like, yeah, like he's real, like it's real. So then I'm sorry, I'm sleepy. YouTube been taking all day, and my pictures, my phone keep dying. It's late, but so going back to the red light, that was the first time I had an encounter with the red light. But the same red light is at this party, so it's a dude there. We gonna call him Billy. Billy just sitting in the back. Now it's me and him. Remember I told you everybody kept leaving. It was like, it started off like 10, 11 people in the tent. Then it started getting people one-on-one. So now it's a brother sitting in the back. He was sitting in the light, and I ain't realized it till I messed around and looked up after he started talking to me a little bit, and I seen it behind. I said, oh, dang. So he asked me these questions. He like, yo, hey, what's your name? Like, where you from? You know, like you got a car? You did not like back to back, but like, you know, I answered in between. He was listening. And but in my head, I'm thinking, why this dude asking me all these questions? But then another part of me asked, why are you answering them? I played it cool though, until like it was to the point where like he said, I can't hear you, come closer. Because in the tent, I'm saying the closest to the tent, bro. Like, I mean, to the exit. I'm saying the closest way to the exit. So, but also closer to the stage too, so I can like, you know, see performing, because we is at like a performance. People perform it just like a little pool party or whatever. So I'm trying to listen to the music. Every time I answer one of his questions, I turn back to the stage. And then he said something, you know, when folks ain't really trying to talk, that's my vibe. So I turned around, he said, hey man, come closer. Mind you, he in the deepest part, closest to the light. So I came a little closer. Bruh smoking, I get up closer on him, like, bruh look like he like 80, 90 years old, face wrinkled, all the other stuff, just straight hard time, bruh. And bruh asked me how old I was, and I asked him. Bruh said he was 24, then like he 80. He said, bro, you look like you need to smoke. And so I'm looking at him like, I think you need to stop. And I told him, no, I'm good. And then after a while, it was the gay girl that was in there that was trying to get me to look at the nice shaped female earlier. I felt like they was plotting on me because it's like it went silent for a minute. The room got like super red, like the whole room started getting red. She was looking at her phone, and it was this sinister smile on her face, like she was looking at me or looking over her phone, like she was just smiling. I never forget it. I'm just like, bro, what going on? Cause every time she would text something, like he would be looking at his phone, texting something. I'm just like, bro, what's up? Now, mind you, I'm dressed like money, because that's what the dude who put me in the hospital said on my Snapchat when I posted pictures of me and my shades and my chains and all my diamond wear and all that. Dude said, man, you look like money. That's the first thing he sent me. But I didn't even apologize for putting me in the hospital. But anyway, so at this point, I'm just like, man, I gotta get out of here, because I feel like I'm being suffocated. It's like light getting super strong, like getting stronger and stronger. I go and get out. I need to get some air. I just need to go. So I went to the bathroom, and I asked where the bathroom was at. I got up, and but out of nowhere, I see this white dude behind me, and he just started running after me. And like I hear the spirit of God say, don't go in the bathroom, like go out. So sure enough, I turn around. Dude is going in as I'm coming out. I'm just like, okay, all right. And it ain't it's like not a real bathroom, but it's like one of them bathrooms where you pee on a wall or something. It's like, if you played football, you should have had a locker room like that, where it's just like a long like thing at the bottom, and like you just find a place to pee, and it's basically like the same drain. It was one of them. So I end up going. I walk out. I get to the front where I walked in at, and I'm just saying, I'm like, I asked the dude, if I leave, can I come back in? 'Cause I just need to go outside, call my mama or somebody. I just need to talk to somebody, just get out of that environment. 'Cause it just went right. And he said, man, if you leave, it's $10 to get back in, man, even if you're already here. And I was like, for real? He's like, yeah, for real, man, sorry. So I left. I didn't leave, but like I went back inside, and he was just like, one of the other artists was like, man, yeah, he said, F that. Started laughing or whatever. So I walked back in. This is where it started getting interesting. Now everybody looking at me. Like, I'm walking back inside. Like, I'm in the strip club part. The next part, that's the first part you gotta go through. Then like the back is the pool part where everybody was at. I got my chains on. Everybody looking at me now. Looking at me and looking at my neck and looking at just everything about me. But it's all mugs. It's like he figured it out. He tried to leave. Now we gotta hurry up and get him. So I was walking in, and I got stopped before I got to the pool part. It's this gay dude. I didn't know he was gay at first. Cause at the time, like I said, I'm trying to live right. I'm not judge nobody. You know, I thought he could have just been feminine or whatever. But this how I knew I was at one of them parties. Dude looked like a mannequin, bro. Like, it was like super fake. Like, dude face wasn't moving. The only thing that moved was his lips. You ever go to the amusement park and they got like the little robots, bro? They be talking like he looked like one of them. But a mannequin dude, probably like 6'4", hand extra big, eyes dumb closed. Like, dude looked fake, man. And then I didn't know he was gay till he threw his wrist. You know when you. No, he did that. Like he was like laughing at everything I said. And then I looked over to the right. He was sitting at a table. It was a dude dressed like a female, and like all this other stuff. Dude with a wig on. I'm just like, man, bro, trying to get my Instagram. I told him, man, my phone ain't even on. I don't got no data. I'm straight. And then when I seen them at the table, I just took my phone and I just walked off. Forget what they were talking about. I just walked off. And then when I got inside, everybody's eyes was on me. It's like they knew that I knew where I was at. And it was like on some, we gotta hurry up and get him. Like, we gotta get him. It's like fresh prey. It's like it's basically like I'm on some real talk, on some biblical stuff. It was basically like David in the line, not David, but Meshach them when they was in the fire. When he threw them in the fire and they came out, bro, because it was nothing but demonic spirits and evilness around me, bro. And it's like they knew I was the only child of God in the area, and they was trying to get my soul. Cause that was the night they was gonna get it. If anything, ain't no telling. If I would have performed, ain't no telling where I'd be at right now. So like, I get back inside and go to my tent. And remember earlier I was telling you about the dude that said he was rapping since he was like 37. I mean, since he was like 17, he's 37 now. Dude, started rapping. He was like, yeah, man, I remember when I used to write when I was young, but now it just come out the top. Different when you really live it. And then all the other like extra stuff. And I'm just sitting there like, this dude dissing me. He started rapping and it seemed like he dissing me, bro. But like, I don't even know dude. I'm just like, alright, charge it to the game, whatever. So then this is where it started getting weird again, because now it's people that I haven't even met and it seems like they throwing shots or whatever. Because like, I got the songs I was gonna be performing. I was talking about like pulling up on the block or whatever. Not like, yeah, just pulling up, like, and like rolling up or whatever. So like they, and then one of them was like, man, we ain't never seen you. Like, everybody seemed like they were throwing shots at me. But this where it tipped off. It was this these two white dudes rapping. They said, you claim to be on the block. I ain't never seen you. I hope somebody smoke you or something like that. And they pointing at me in the tent. So at this point, I'm looking around now. Mind you, I'm by myself. I'm looking around. I'm like, bro, ain't nobody hearing this. Like, are y'all serious right now? Dude pointing right at me. And I was supposed to been going on behind them probably like 10-13 or 10-14. And dude who invited me came up and said, hey man, I just talked to him. You going on next after these guys. At 10-14, I'm texting my mama. My mama sitting there like, she think it was something wrong because my mama felt like I wasn't supposed to go anyway, because before I even got there, it's like everything was trying to keep me from going. Like when I was talking about getting my feet done earlier, I drove like 30 minutes out the way just to get there. They closed. So I'm just like, okay, that's cool. Sorry to the game. So then my mama wanted some Chick-fil-A. I got her some Chick-fil-A. And the line was like extra long, bro. I'm talking about like rap. And I was pressed for time when I dropped it off to her. I ain't even like get like she just came to the car and then I pulled off. So now now she didn't even come to the party because like she just wanted to come to where when I was performing, but I never had a set time for her to get in. I mean, for her to come. I'm glad she didn't. That showed me, like, I don't want to be in a place where my parents can't come support me because they feel uncomfortable, with all the drugs and, women and stuff like that. That ain't the environment that I want my parents in and that I need to be in. Because they can't be there, I don't need to be there, So, well, they don't want to be there, I should say. So, so about 10-14. Remember that light that I was telling you about? So that red light. Now, it's like I don't have to look at it now. It's like it's getting closer and closer, stronger and stronger. And when I say it literally feel like it was like sucking the life out of you, like your soul is being eaten. And like something's overcoming you now. I'm not watching it. I'm turned away from it. My back is to it, but it's like the effects is that strong. So I had a white phone, man. It's like it was turning everything red. The air turned red, my phone turned red, my skin turned red, everything turned red. And it's like 10, 14, 15. I'm texting my mom. My mom was like, what's wrong? And I'm like, what you mean? And then she was like, it gotta be something wrong. You supposed to be at a party, a performing party, and you texting me. So I ended up leaving because like it started getting like so strong. Like when it started taking over my phone, it started getting in my eyes. It was like filling up. When I started, like the only peace that I had the whole night was when I looked up at the stars. I looked up at the stars were blue. It was a clear night. Oh, not the sky was blue, my fault. But it had the stars out too, and that was the only thing that gave me peace. It was like a small little area, but it was worth looking at, man. And so I was like, man, this ain't the move. Something ain't right. So I see dude in the corner, like he looking in his bag when they say, oh, somebody smoke you. And it looked like he got a strap on him. So I'm just like, man, hold up, nah. This ain't finna go down like this. And then like him and this gay girl, I felt like they were talking about robbing me because they started sitting next to each other. I had left and came back. They were like, man, that's nice. They were like looking at something. They were like, man, that's a nice chain. But they were looking, it's like they was online or whatever. Well, I'm sitting here in my head, I'm thinking, but y'all ain't finna take nothing. I ain't going for it. But I ain't got no strap on me. Like, a part of me in my head was like, don't just you can't let them like do that. They ain't taking nothing. Like all the extra stuff. And then the other part of me was like, bro, don't be stupid. Get out of there. So as soon as I try to leave, dude pop up. He like, hey, where you going? I ain't say nothing. I just kept walking, got in my car, and dipped. So now I'm thinking I'm in the cool. Nah. Tell me why a car started chasing me, bro. Like, everywhere. So I'm just like, come on, man. You can't be serious. What's going on? Because it's like, I'm sitting here driving. I'm thinking I'm just going to go home and just live a normal life and let everything go. And I noticed the car started making my every move. And it was the same one from the party. I'm just like, bro, what's up? So I get to the crib. I try to go to my apartment. And I see the car pull over in the garage. And I see two dudes get out the car. And it's like they holding the gun. They leaning on the side of the car. Like they trying to hide and not be seen. But at the same time have cover and stuff too. So I'm sitting here. I'm just like, this can't be real. Like, this can't be real right now. So, and then I remember we was in the tent. For some reason, they was like, I remember dude telling another dude, put your hood on. Put your hood on. So when we was in the when they was in the garage, I was looking, he made a gesture to him to put his hood on. He did. So I'm just like, wow. So I get back in my car and I drive to my mama's house. And my mama was in a gated community. And I called her and told her that I feel like I'm being followed. She's like, what? And she called my dad or whatever. We drove to the nearby city. And that's where she met me at. Because I really finessed them with the whip skill, though, because they tried to find out what my mama's name was and stuff. Because like at the gate, it was like a little box that got your name on it, and the resident name is how you get in. And it was like stuck up there for a minute. I was like, oh, okay. So I got in there. I was driving. And then, like, it's like a square, like a big square. And I thought, I'm not finna take these folks to my mama's house. I ain't going for that. You can mess with me, but my dudes, nah, I ain't going. So I drove around in a circle. But they didn't see me where I had turned it. So by that time, I just saw the car in the middle of the street, like he was trying to figure out where to go. And I was going out the gate by this time. So I finessed them, got rid of them. Then that's when I met my mama in Liberty. She came and got me. And we drove together. She got some gas and stuff. Everything still looked like the party though. Like, it's like this dude that was at a gas truck, he looked like somebody that was from the party. He just started smiling at me. Not smiling at me, but he started mugging me. Like he knew something that I didn't. And I'm just like, bruh. I ain't saying I'm looking at God, but I'm just thinking, like, bro, what's really going on, man? What I do? So we get back, my mom come back, everything is cool. We get back, she waiting on my daddy. Because, I'm his child. And daddy get there. I remember, bro, my mama had left when they had got their, they guns and stuff. And they were ready for war or whatever. It was like, I remember, man, it's like I felt like God was going to try to make me pick. At least that was in my mind. But it proves that when you, I ain't going to say when you on drugs that you just not yourself. But it definitely don't help. Because, the garage had messed around and went down. My mama was outside. And I was just like, man, God, please don't let me choose between my mama and me. I'm paranoid. I'm moving my mama, away from the door. Right from the garage. I'm like, they started just shooting in the garage. We can get hit. You can get hit. So, she ended up coming back. All right, my daddy got there. And then, it's like I just collapsed in his arms because my daddy, he used to do music, professionally. He was a producer or whatever. And he was, he was getting bigger, with a name and everything. And he gave it up because he raised a family. He raised it up. He gave it up, man. He had some clientele in the UK and whatnot, and all these other different things. Shouts out to him. And when he got there, man, it's like, I don't know. It's like if he answered every question. He understood everything I said because he had been there before. He actually said that's one of the reasons why he gave it up. Because of that reason. You feel like your soul's on fire. People be jealous, trying to hurt you and everything. The industry is not for anybody soft. And he understood what I was going through. He had been trying to tell me for the longest. But I wouldn't listen to him. But he knew I wasn't going to listen to him just because where I was at. Because at the time when I first started rapping, when it was me and Jay, all we wanted to do was rap, make money, the basic rap life, bro. Poisoning you a little bit, telling them, about trapping, drugs, and all that other stuff. That was the dream for us. And he knew that at the time of being I'm in college, being 19, 18 or whatever, however old I was, 18, 19, I wasn't finna listen to nobody. So, especially him, when you trying to chase your dreams, so you think your parents don't know nothing, but this is a message to all the young people out there. Listen to your parents because they've been through a lot of stuff that you don't know about. And it's like I said, when he answered every question, that's more spiritual than anything. Because, at times of uncertainty, fear, we always run to the Father. We run to God, man. That's like God was really speaking through him because that's what it felt like. There was no weight in trying to figure out what to say next. Everything was right there. He understood. He understands. And just like God understands. And God understands. I don't want no parts of that no more. But like, yeah, he told me, like, you know, what's wrong with being Kiate? What's wrong with that? You gotta be this, that. He think he called me my little rap name or whatever. He's like, all you wanna do is rap. You know, you smart, you do this, you do that. Trying to get me out of that life. But what he didn't do, he didn't try to get me to keep doing it for a different cause. See, that's something I had to figure out myself. See, God ain't gonna tell you your purpose. He'll lead you to it, but he ain't just gonna tell you. Just like he ain't gonna find your wife for you. You gotta pick your own wife. But it's ways you go about it so that you find it correctly and he be there with you. That's a whole nother video. Both of them topics. But yeah, answered all my questions, wiped all my tears away, cause I was boo-hooing. My mama couldn't even help me. She was just off in the distance. It's like she didn't exist no more, and it felt like I was a child again. So at this point, I'm like, okay, what do I do now? I ended up leaving, spending the night with him or whatever. So fast forward to Sunday. Cause remember I said I brought up that it was 1014 for a reason, because 1017 was that number I kept seeing back and forth, and it's 1014. I really feel like they was finna call me at 1017, and that's when I was gonna be performing for these labels. And like I said, man, ain't no telling where I be at, because it's not like your boy can't rap. No, I was getting some real notoriety around here in Kansas City, man. Like some real notoriety. But what is it profit a man to gain the world but lose his soul? Absolutely nothing. So fast forward to Sunday, God led my pastor to the sermon talking about superheroes, and he led us to the chapter in the book, Luke 10:17 through 20. And it reads that the 70 return, saying that even the demons with joy. They return with joy, saying even the demons are subject to us in your name. As you gave you power over the enemy to strike down Satan from heaven. I'm sleepy. Basically, the scripture is basically giving us authority over demonic spirits, like evil, giving us authority evil. They bow down to the name of Jesus. And that scripture is so powerful, because that's exactly what I was fighting, but I didn't know how to fight it. See, it's the worst thing to be in a fight where you don't have the right ammo. Like, you don't bring a knife to a gunfight, and you don't bring nothing when you trying to fight the spirit, man. You got to learn how to speak the word over your life. Word to Pastor Ben, man, because if you don't speak that word, what God said, man, you're going to be in the world of trouble. That's where I was at. It's like I knew what living for God. I didn't know what living for God was, but I knew what it wasn't. And that one of those situations. So that, man, when I tell you, it felt like I was the only person in that church that day. I was just standing up the whole time. When you should have seen my face when the sermon lit up, when the scripture lit up. I said, Mama, look, it's 10:17. It's 10:17. She just smiled. She said, I know, I see it. Like I'm a little kid. And when he and it said, nevertheless, do not rejoice that the demons are subject to you, but rather rejoice because your names are written in heaven. Man, when I heard that part, man, I was just like, man, I promise you, I don't know how to, like, worship. Like, at this time in my life, I don't know just how to, like, give God praise, like, publicly or whatever. Like, but, like, I did it to the best of my ability that day. I cried. Never mind. Yeah, I cried. That count. Man. And I'm just sitting there. I'm just like, man, God didn't leave me. God didn't leave me. He did save me. He did save me. I'm his. I'm telling you, I'm going crazy. I'm just like, oh my God, I'm sitting here just boo-hooing in the church. I'm the only one standing up, man. Like, everybody else that was there, they weren't They weren't there for real. That was for me. And it's like, I'll never forget, this lady came and stood next to me, man. I never seen this lady ever in my life. She came and stood next to me. And like while Pastor was, I think he was talking or praying or whatever, she was doing something. I put my hand on her back and she started speaking in tongues because like I felt like I was supposed to be speaking in tongues, but I don't know how to do it. And I put my hand on her back and started rubbing, and she started speaking in tongues like super, like I guess she started speaking in tongues for me. And like I'm just sitting there praying. I let my hand go when I let my hand off of her. And when I let it go, she disappeared. Never saw her again. Like, man, that's like, I don't know. That's like the most beautiful, one of the beautifulest things I've ever encountered. But yeah, that's about it. I got baptized that following Sunday. I had to get with the Lord immediately and in holy. That's my experience. And how I found God and how it led to where I'm at right now. Yeah, I know this is like super long, but I think that's everything. I touched on everything a little bit. It ain't as crisp as I wanted it to be, but it had to be done because, like I said, the scripture was 10:17 through 20. Chapter 10, verses 17 through 20. And it was 10:17. It was October 10th, the 17th day, and 20 is the year. I had to do it because God been calling me to do it, man. From the girl purposely giving me an STD to being chased by demonic spirit to in the physical world at that, to everything that just happened. This all happened within a year. To look at me now, shooting music videos, I'm rapping, making for a real change. I'm getting paid to make music. Like, I'm on the verge of quitting my job and letting music be my source of income. It's like, who would have thought? Like, that's all I can say when I tell people all this, man. Like, I'm out here ministering, evangelizing, like trying to get young people to come to God in the best way that I know how, and just give knowledge and use my life as an example. You know, of anybody that's struggling. You know, this walk, your life, it ain't perfect at all. But the moment you start trying, that's when you lose. As long as you keep fighting and keep putting God first to the best of your ability, and I mean trying to follow his commandments, not just saying, oh, I'm putting God first, da-da-da-da-da. It's still out here sinning. You know, it ain't too late for y'all who made it to the end, or if this your first one that you watching, it ain't too late. Give your life to Jesus Christ, because it's an unseen world out here, and that's worse than what you can see, especially if you on the wrong side of that. I pray for everybody that watch this. I really do pray for some revelation. Hope something sat with you or something resonated with you that you could take and pass on to somebody else. One day I'm going to tell this story again, maybe a little more crisp or whatever. I don't know. I feel like this might have been cool. Besides the fact that my phone was dying. But, you know, I often say to each his own. I'm just blabbering. I'm not blabbering, but no, I'm at the end. But yeah, man. That's my full testimony. Oh, this is a fun fact though. When I got baptized that Sunday, last year on September 1st, man, I was in the kitchen, right? And this how I really knew that God was real and God had my soul. I'm in the kitchen and I'm fresh off of like being baptized or whatever. And I'm sitting there and I just feel wings on my back. Like, and I could move them. It's like, I'm just like, what? Like, is this really happening? Like, flapping wings, like on some angel wings type stuff, bro. And I'm just sitting here like, man, I started crying. I came in, I went in my mama room and I told her, I said, Mama, I feel my wings. I said, I got my wings. I feel my wings. Like, she really didn't know what to say. But it's like, man, it really was a scary moment. It wasn't scary. It was so fun, but I thought like I was finna like, pass away or something like that. I was afraid because I don't know. I don't know what that feel like. Nobody know what it feel like, but it's just a different feeling. It was surreal because to know that you know where you going, and that's the main thing, man. So I say that, and I leave you with this. If you watching this, young or old, black, white, whatever your relation, whatever your whatever your nationality is, man. If you don't know Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, ask Him to come into your heart, cleanse your soul of all your sins. You need to believe that He died on the cross for your sins, and He rose again for you. And that He's your Lord and Savior. You believe in that, then you will be saved because time is not on our side, man. I had a dream, I think earlier this year, of the rapture, and it was, we got sucked up. We just disappeared. Look, I had a dream of the rapture, man. All I'm gonna say is I'm in the apartment complex where it happened at. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, man, get y'all life right. Pray y'all have a nice night. Thank you for listening to me blabber. I ain't finna disrespect it like that. I ain't blabbering. It's just that I'm sleeping right now. My phone kept dying, bro. Like, my phone kept dying. But, yeah. Thank you. And, good night. Y'all could be looking forward to a music video coming soon. And other things, other big things that are coming to that are not music-wise, but all ministry. So, yeah. Thank you.